Hello. I would like to follow up on our wipe coded session that we did around integrating Miden and Waku. We did not get too far. We got to the point where we could share the account address. We could store the account address and the public key of the recipient in the sender's address book, and then we could encrypt and send a message containing transaction ID over the Waku so that the recipient could see it and decrypt it. Now, this was a good proof that can be used, but it was not really useful or working. So I continued using this Miden POC UI, and I have done a few things. So first things first, I can now here in the account management, when you select the account, there is this new button for sharing. When you click it, it's going to copy a URL, and the URL will be the actual localhost or whatever the URL of this website is. But it will also contain the name of the account ID, and the public key. And when you load it, assuming it's going to load, make it a bit bigger. Oh, I don't have to actually, so it's good. When we scroll down, there is this address book section, which will be automatically displayed and pre-filled with the values coming from here. So we can see the address C3B4, C3B4. So that would make it easier to share, using this link would make it easier to share the public key mainly and the address with other people. You can see that I did not spend too much time on the UI, but I think that's fine. So let's create a Waku demo recipient account here in an incognito window. So I have two windows, one that already has an account that has a faucet and a bunch of tokens minted. And here I have an incognito window, so empty database, no accounts other than the one I just created. And what I want to do is I want to get this recipient, Waku demo recipient here, to this guy. So I'm just going to paste it in, load it, and add the contact. So now I can go and I can send. And what I want to show you is I will send tokens. So I will go here, I will select the faucet, I will say it's privacy mode, which is the key. So if it's not in privacy mode and it goes to the blockchain and everything is fine, but with privacy nodes, we need to be able to send them somehow. And usually people, what they would do is they would export it as a file and then send the file via email or some other way to the recipient, and the recipient imports it and consumes the node and then gets the tokens. And that's not ideal by far, not at all. So here we have a bit easier approach. So I can select the privacy mode. I will select the recipient, which is this one again. And then I will just send, let's say 42 tokens, whatever number. Oh, sorry, I have to select the account. Yeah, so now I have all the information and I'm just gonna click send. So now we have this pop-up sending transaction, and it takes a bit of time. So we have to wait. There is no way around it. It's generating proofs, talking to the RPC node, submitting commitments and things like that. So that's always taking some time. And here I will select the Waku recipient as well. So what happens when you select the account, it will set up something called Waku dispatcher, which is a wrapper around Waku node that starts listening on a particular content topic. And then I am publishing to this content topic. And so it says transaction info sent successfully. And here we got node ID imported successfully. So you can see that we got the message here, and that if I go to nodes and I hit refresh, I get this. So what's the faucet ID? E1A, and we had 42 nodes. So it got the node. We can also take a look at the data it actually got. No, we can't. Why not? Oh, here, object. So we are sending node bytes, which is an exported node. It's here at 2000 bytes, so 2 kilobytes, perfectly okay. We are sending the node ID just to be sure that we are not trying to import and notify users about other nodes, already imported nodes. So when it sees a node ID that it's already consumed, it will ignore it. And then a transaction ID. I'm not using the transaction ID anywhere, but just it's basically leftover from the live stream demo. And we got the printed node with this node ID got imported. And well, as I said, we can now consume all nodes. And what will happen is that we will accept this node, will execute the script in the node, and that will create in our portfolio a token balance of 42 for this particular faucet ID. And that's basically it. I can also try one thing that I have not tried before. Once this is consumed, I could go and I could probably just send back some tokens from this participant to the original sender. So now we see that we have 458 tokens here, and once it's consumed here, it takes also some time to consume the tokens. Node, because of all the ZK magic happening in the background. Once it's consumed, we can try to send some tokens back, assuming it's going to work. Yeah, so now it's consumed. I can see in my portfolio that I have this. So I should be able to. I can't. So the UI does not really support this. So I can only send from the faucets that I have, and I can't send tokens that I have here. That's okay. That's the limitation of a UI, probably not a limitation of the implementation. I've shown what I wanted to show. So we created a send transaction here. We sent it. It traveled over the node traveled over Waku. We exported it. We sent it as a Waku message. The node traveled over Waku, and it got here. One thing I want to show you as well is that only the recipient can see the message and read the message. So we will see the message being received here as well. Dispatcher initialized. So this is exporting the node. We won't see it. I disabled the log. So you would see if you enable a debug log for dispatcher, you would see that this participant couldn't decrypt the message, and by that just dropped the message, ignored it, because it was encrypted with the public key of the demo recipient, and so only the demo recipient could decrypt it, privacy and encryption, all that basic stuff. But yeah, this is the demo. Let me know what you think. Let me know if it's useful. I'm gonna send the PR in a couple of minutes to this repo with all the modifications, so that you can review and you can see how it works. Thank you very much. Have a good day.